Hello, everybody. Today we are going to be reviewing week 3 of the college football season, the 2023 college football season. I want to start off with the upsets of the weekend. Obviously, Florida, they beat Tennessee, but they beat them in the swamp. Now, Florida are ranked number 25. I believe Tennessee fell all the way down to 21. I was at that game. That was my first college football game ever. That stadium was rocking, let me tell you that much. The swamp is insane. So, I would definitely say the crowd helped them. But I'm going to say this. Graham Mertz looked better at home than against Utah. He did. Joe Milton, he didn't look great. He kept looking for the deep shots instead of, looking at the drag routes, the underneath routes. Instead of looking, for all those shots down there, he should be looking, just what can pick the first down. Especially when they were on, 2nd and 10. It makes it 3rd and long. It's much harder to pick that up. The next one, I don't feel like this one's getting enough coverage. Missouri beating number 15 K-State, Kansas State, in Missouri. Yes, they were at home, but same with Florida, right? So, how to put this? So, they won off a 61-yard walk-off field goal. 61 yards, that's NFL level. So, I don't really have much to talk about. I didn't really watch this game a lot, I'm going to be honest. But I'd say Missouri is a team to watch out for. I like what they're doing, but even if they were to go, if they were to falter to 6-6, 7-5 last year, you could always point to that and say, boom, beating 15 K-State. Boom, we still had a great season. Same with Florida, right? They beat number 11 Tennessee, so they could go 7-5, 6-6, which is what they're expected to do. So let's say they have a losing record, 5-7. Boom, we beat our rivals Tennessee in the swamp. Good season. I want to talk about the beginning of SEC play, so we're going to talk about Georgia, them Bulldogs, playing South Carolina, the Gamecocks. Now, even though the Gamecocks, it says on the record they're 1-2, right? They're not really 1-2. They've been playing so well, and yes, I know, I'm gonna sound like a casual. I might, but I think they're still gonna beat the 6-6 record, 6-6 record, 7-5 record that they have projected on them from the preseason. I could totally see some big wins. They've got Mississippi State next this Saturday. That'll be a great game. Obviously, Mississippi State got blown out by LSU, but LSU was a hungry school. They're waiting to win. That can be dangerous. Also, I just want to say this. Georgia's toughest game on the schedule might be either the South Carolina game or the Florida game. Their schedule's pretty weak. They haven't played anybody good, really. I know I just said South Carolina's good, but again, the record, right? Everybody wants to point to the record. I'm going to be like the general population. Point to the record. Next game. You know what? Yeah, there is one game in particular I would like to talk about. And it's Arkansas BYU. BYU looks like they're having no trouble fitting into the Big 12. At all. They actually look really, really good. I will say Arkansas should not have lost that game. That should have been a win, especially since they were at home. But, hey, any given Saturday, right? Any given Saturday. Next one, this might not be a great one to talk about, but I am going to talk about it. Virginia at Maryland, under the radar game. I thought it could be good. I was wrong, but, what you gonna do? Here's the big one I want to talk about, though. Maybe not the big one, but I do want to talk about this one. Florida State at Boston College. This should have been an easy win for FSU. Now, I hate FSU as a Miami fan, but that should have been a win. Instead, they let Boston College get back into it. You know what? They didn't let Boston College. Any Boston College fans out there? Your team played great. 31-29. They missed a 2-point conversion, but they should have got it. And if they had gotten it, it would have been tied up, probably gone into OT. And I could totally see BC winning there. FSU continues their role of destruction and dominance, but this was not one of them. This was not a dominant game. This wasn't an FSU performance. We'll see what, we'll see what happens, you know? Next one I do want to talk about, though. Alabama at USF. That was a weird one. Now, I'm in the USF area, the USF fan area, but doesn't it feel like to most people that they should have won that one? I mean, I'm sorry, but like USF could have won that one. Not should have won that one. They could have though. Alabama fans, if any of you are watching, I want to know, how does it feel? I mean, I'm a Miami fan, but I did not grow up in the 80s. I did not live to experience our dynasty. But how does it feel after having decades of good quarterback, maybe not decades, but having a lot of good quarterback play, to now just being kind of mid with the quarterbacks, right? Joe Milton? Not Joe Milton, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I cannot think of his name. Oh, no, wait, hold up. I fooled you all. Nah, you're right. Nah, I can't think of his name. But how does it feel, though? I want to know. You guys won't make the playoff this year. I'm sorry. There's no way in hell you're going to make the playoff this year. There's no way. Now I'm just going to go with some games that were better on paper than they were worse on paper than they actually were. Colorado State at Colorado. Now look, everybody, right? Colorado's the big thing. Next big thing. Deion Sanders, biggest name in coaching right now, probably. Shedeur Sanders, Heisman race, right? Heisman conversation, top 10 easily. But Colorado State is Mountain West. So the fact, yes, 7 minutes, down by I think 10 points. They answered back, got it again, took it to OT. That's not my point. My point is this. They're Mountain West school. They generally tend to get demolished by Power 5 schools, which Colorado is. But they still had to take it to double overtime. I shouldn't say this. That proves how good a rivalry is. That's a great rivalry. Like, for example, I feel like you could go 1-11, beat Colorado State. And obviously, now they're 3-0, so it doesn't matter. But they should be docked for that. I think they did get docked. I think I moved down a space. Because you should not be losing to Colorado State at any point. I mean, kind of... After that, I don't think there were any great games that really, most FCS, maybe some bye weeks here and there. Yeah, I just think... But I will, I want to talk about my Heisman favorites. Top 5 people in the Heisman race right now. Number 1, I got Caleb Williams still. He's looking great. I don't know what else to do, really. I mean, he's looking fantastic. He could go back-to-back like Archie Griffin did, but we'll see. We'll see. Number 2, I got Michael Penix Jr., left-handed out of Washington. They demolished Michigan State. Demolished them. I mean, that was not even close. There's not that much explaining to do. He's leading a great team. They're undefeated, 3-0. Number 8 in the country. It's looking good for them. I like their chances. I kind of want to put Quinn Ewers here in number 3. But just doesn't feel, because winning over Wyoming isn't that impressive. And if Josh Allen is somehow watching this video, or any Wyoming fans, I know you're going to argue with me, but it's not that impressive. I'm sorry. But we'll go with Shedeur Sanders, game-winning drives, blah, 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 blah. I already went over this. He is looking fantastic. Fantastic. 4, I'm going to go... this is a tough one. Trick man. It's trick man for me. UNC, looking good. They should have a shot at the playoff this year, but any given Saturday. That's why we watch the sport. It's gonna be good. So yes, number 4, UNC is gotta be Drake May. It's gotta be. I mean, there's no other really way around it. And then there's some other ones. There were some other games, but obviously I'm not talking about that. I'm sorry. I do want to talk about number 5, the Heisman race. Now, there are many options. There are many routes I can go here. Jaden Daniels, Jordan Travis, or even, and this bias comes from Miami fan, but Tyler Van Dyke. Pains me to say this, but it's got to be Jordan Travis. Look, Seminoles 3-0. Yes, it was a tough win, and yes, I think they got docked for that. If they didn't, they should be. But he still won. They're still 3-0. Everything's fine. Everything's fine, right, Florida State fans? But, this looks like shouldn't be a pretty good season. ACC is looking competitive for once. Pac-12 is looking awesome. Big 12 still yet to be decided on, but Texas looking good. Big 10 again. It's really just 3 schools, right? Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan. That's it. There's not much else. Like maybe Purdue on good years. Maybe Illinois, but it's Illinois. SEC is looking great, but I don't understand how Georgia is number 1. Yes, they're coming off a natty, but they've still got a weak schedule. They got a weak schedule. But hey, if they go on a three-peat, a hat trick of natties, nobody gonna be complaining unless you're not a fan of Georgia. Alright, thanks for tuning in to G&G Sports today. I was your host, Floyd. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and just let us, just give us some positive feedback. I know the comments have been really weird. I've told people to comment, but it hasn't worked. That's just a technical difficulty. We're trying to figure it out. If it doesn't work on this video, I don't know what's happening. But thank you for tuning in today, and have a great rest of your day or evening, wherever you are.